What's up, guys? You know, I've had the consideration that I'm a little bit just too real for the world. Like, my favorite part of the Nas song with Lauryn Hill, Nobody, is like, he said he wants to build a real nigga passport where only real people are allowed in. And I really like that. You know, for me, I believe, like, my mantra is total transparency. So if I have an issue with you, you will know. You'll know. Like, if you did something to piss me off, you will know. Like, I will let you know. If you did something to, I don't get offended very easily, but if you did something to offend me, if you did something to harm me, you know, I'm a straight shooter. Like, what you see is what you get, right? I have no issue with telling somebody, like, Sister Ajna says, she's like, when a guy slides in my DMs, and I'm not interested in him in any way, shape, or form, like, I don't take his feelings into consideration, because the longer he holds on is the longer the person that's actually meant for him has to wait. So it's like it's like courteous to like brutal honesty is like courteous. Like, it may be, you know, offensive to the individual initially, but if you expect to get the same energy that you're giving off, right? So you expect, when you're ideally, you want real people. You want people who aren't going to lie to you, aren't going to deceive you, aren't going to manipulate you. You know that you, as far as you, the way you stand is as somebody who is worthy of love, worthy of respect, worthy of appreciation, worthy of a relationship where people respect you mentally, you know, spiritually, in every way, right? And you feel like you're worthy of that. You feel like you deserve that. But you know, like, you may not really be into somebody, but if they boost your ego, so you're kind of like stringing them along. And people think about karma in a sense of like bigger things like that, but that's also bad karma too. Because would you want to be strung along? Right? Would you want that for your life? Would you, or like, you have to be so clear in your communication that you dead any inkling of hope with that individual, so that person can move on and open up their heart space and open up whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, even I had a job opportunity, and you know, I thought about like managing a restaurant. I'm like, you know, honestly, I don't really want to be spending my time inside of a restaurant. But they were interested or whatever. It was a vegan spot, and I had to be clear. I'm like, you know, I'm out of DC in just a few months, like just a couple months. Like, I'm counting the days that I'm out of here. Would I, as an employer, would that be fair for me to, would I feel like that was kind of deceitful, you know, to hire somebody and put them in, especially in a management capacity, and then that person dips off like a couple months later, right after they're trained and right after, you know what I'm saying? That's not really right, karmic wise. So you have to just be cognizant of like the energy that you put out into the world, and you have to be aware of the energy that you put out into the world, and you have to really come at it like step outside of yourself and say, am I operating in the most fair way, in the most like fair way? And yeah, dead it. If somebody's into you, if somebody's feeling you, and you know that there's no chance, don't even leave an inkling of hope. Be so clear, so clear in your communication, whatever it is. This does not work. Like, as an employer, you're looking over somebody's credentials, you know what I mean? I would straight up say, yo, I'm sorry, but like, because I've, like, when jobs have parted ways with me, I made it a duty of mine to ask them, what did I do wrong? Because I say, this wisdom, this knowledge will give me more insight on how to be a better employee, you know, how to be better in the future. And I can get caught up in me, you know what I mean, very much so. And so I am open to hearing other people's perspectives at times. And I think that it is a good idea to leave people, places, and things better than the way that you met them, right? in order to receive that good karma. Because if you want to be left better than, so I deliberately asked the question, what was it that I did wrong specifically? What was it? What could have made me a better employee? What could have made me a stronger asset to the team? What was it that let you down? I always ask that question. And I would recommend that you guys always ask that question. And take your ego out of it, because really, if you are committed to your ego, if you are, a very confident person, then this is just the allowance of you to even become better, even more confident, right? Because now you're better than you were, because you just got feedback to make you even better. So as an employer, as a boss, I have no issue going through a candidate's resume and saying, this is just way too wordy. I'm sorry, this is just way too much information. Or these qualifications are not what is going to be fitting for this position. Like, straight up. Not to crush you, not to chip away at your ego or your confidence, but to not waste your time. We're not here here forever. Who's got time to be wasting in a job that isn't really fitting, a relationship that isn't going anywhere? Now these situations can definitely lead to your evolution if you extract the right things from it, but really, it's not ideal. You want to attract love. You don't want to attract a karmic. And it's not because trust me, I've attracted tons of karmic situations, karmic jobs, karmic relationships. And indeed, they did leave me better off. No question. More prepared for love, more prepared for the next opportunity, more self-aware. So don't get me wrong. We are pupils to life, but at the same time, when you're ready for it, you're ready for it. You don't want to be ready for it and you're attracting another karmic job or another karmic relationship. So I don't see it as insensitive to just be straight up. For me, any guy who has anything negative to say about me, he's never said it to me. Ever. Any relationship that's failed, if I hear something negative on the streets, I'm like, oh, that's interesting that he told everybody else, but the person that's interesting. If he really wanted to resolve the problem, don't you think he would have gone to the source about it? I don't know, something's a little fishy about this. If he really sought to resolve the issue. Or was this just vengeance on his end because he was mad that I didn't give him what he wanted, or whatever it was. And I'm not going to be losing sleep asking questions because I'm too straight up for that. Look, I gave you straight up me. I gave you straight up through and through who I was, me. You didn't have to question. You didn't have to ask. You didn't. And some people say, well, it's better to leave things to be more mysterious. It's more alluring. Look, it's too much mystery, and that's why the divorce rate is so freaking high, in my opinion. Too much mystery. You don't even know who you married because they were so mysterious. Because they didn't want to be transparent. You didn't even know who you were laying next to. And now your ass is in divorce court, and the monster that you're looking at in front of the judge is like, there is no way that this is the same individual that I looked into their eyes and said, I do. These are two different people. There's no way that this is the same man that I fell in love with. There is no way that this is the same woman that I fell in love with. When you're in divorce court and she's like, I need the car, I need the condo, I need the house, and da-da-da. You're like, time out. Who is this person? So y'all want to be all mysterious. Yes, it's best to keep an air of mystery. Don't be too transparent. Don't let them know exactly what you think. But now, you don't know who you're with or a goddamn thing about them. I don't believe in lying, bull-faced lying. I don't believe in half-truths. I don't believe in lying through omission of the truth. I don't believe in deceit in any way. I think it's very cowardly. I'm a big girl. I have no issue with rejection. The way that I interpret it as is I'm an extraordinarily confident woman. There's no individual on this earth that their rejection of me will tamper with my self-confidence or my sense of self-worth. The only being on this earth that if they leave me, I will be crushed is my creator. Please know and understand that. Just don't waste my time. That's disrespectful. That's not fair to me. Confidence. Confidence lets you, look, it's not necessarily that you're like a horrible person or whatever. You might be a great guy. You might be a great girl. You're just not great for me. And that could be based off of a lot of different things that don't feel like you should never give somebody the power to like crush you, like your sense of self, like who you are as a person. Get out of here. Like, that's crazy to me. It could be so many things. It could be religion. It could be diet. It could be morals or character. There's so many reasons that people just aren't the right fit. And just take it in stride. It's just that simple. You're not the right fit. You're not the right fit. There's a person, there's a place, there's a thing that is the right fit for you. That's like divinely selected for you. That's like sent from your creator, like God sent. And it's going to feel so natural. As long as you're giving that honesty to the world, as long as you're giving that heart to the world, as long as you're giving that energy to the world, there's no reason that you can't get that back. Last point was, I came up with this idea, and I have a brother who owns a business who's like, don't be running your mouth to strangers or on social media about your ideas because you can monetize these ideas and this is your intellectual proprietorship. And I'm like, I'm very aware of the fact that there are people that do steal ideas and they do steal intellectual property, but I'm also aware of the fact that I serve this creator that has my back, that I am able to live a certain lifestyle that people can't even dream of. And not lose an inkling of sleep, and people don't know how I do it. Because I'm blessed, that's how. Because I'm protected and divinely favored. And there's nothing and no one that can take that away from me. So I started thinking broader. And don't get me wrong, I go back and forth. When I find out like certain things have been taken, like certain ideas, like I know that there's certain people on social media and artists that are taking my shit. And I'm very well aware of who you are. I'm very, very well aware. And I stumble upon your videos and I say, time out. That's me and those are my talking points. And I've never heard anybody say those things. Why? Because I dreamt it. Because I got those ideas after prayer. These were divinely given to me. And you just snatched it, and I know who you are. But I'm human. On the other hand, I say I'm very blessed that I don't have to do anything nefarious to be able to have this lifestyle, right? To be able to have this lifestyle. I'm very blessed I don't have to step on anybody's toes. I'm very blessed I don't have to, steal from people. I'm very blessed I don't have to sleep with somebody or like be in a relationship with somebody that I don't love. I'm very blessed for these things. Don't think I take this for granted. I'm blessed. And I'm blessed because when I gave with a free and open heart. And my transparency has always been genuine. And every single time, even though I did reap poor karma for selling alcohol as a bartender, every single person that sat at my bar, I gave them love. I put a little bit of love in that lemon drop. I put a little bit of love in that margarita. I put a little bit of love in every single cocktail, every single glass of wine that I serve. Boop, I put some love in it. Here you go. I even was at the bar, and I know management was like, she's not good for business in the sense that two reasons I wasn't good for business, few reasons I wasn't good for business. People got too comfortable with me. They'd want to sit at the bar and be all up in my face all day and not leave. Like all freaking day. Like, oh, Kenza's working. I'm just going to sit and I'm just going to talk to her. I made people too comfortable. So I was bad for business in that way because bartending and like the restaurant industry is about turning and burning. You want people in and out, in and out. And they're like, why are people just sitting down talking to you all freaking day? I was bad for business with that. And then I was bad for business because I would constantly tell alcoholics to stop drinking. And that's not what they want. I would constantly tell alcoholics to get their lives together and to stop drinking. As a bartender, that's not good for business. It wasn't my field. It wasn't for me. Anyways, I say this to say that all the advice that I gave from my heart, all the wisdom, all the encouragement that I gave from my heart, all the ideas that I gave from my heart. I had people who worked in Congress. I had people, who worked in the Hill, and they were complaining about their jobs, and all different types of people coming in to talk to me. And I would always give advice from my heart, always, always, always. And I knew that all would come back to me. And so my brother is like, don't give away your ideas. People just steal your ideas or whatever. But I'm like, I got a lot of goodness comes to me, like a lot of things that are unexplainable that the Creator just looks out for me, just come to me. And I can't even explain how blessed and taken care of I am. And how I can sleep peacefully at night. So I said, I had this matchmaking idea, and it was called like, it's like Top Matchmaking. It was like, what was it? What was the name of it? So there were 2 tiers. It was like Top Shelf, and then there was the name of the matchmaking company. I thought of this a while ago. And basically, it was going to be so thorough that, it was going to be so thorough that it was going to be like, it would leave no room for deceit. Because I'm like, I hate deceit. I hate liars. I hate anything that's not transparent. So this idea would leave no room for deceit. Like, this matchmaking company, we would need like your natal chart. Like your natal chart would have to be done. Numerology would have to be done. We would need blood work. Blood work would have to be done. IQ testing would have to be done. Your credit score would be a part of the whole situation. I thought it was like every category, down to how open you are sexually. How do you categorize yourself as a sexual being? Are you straight? Are you gay? Are you pan? Are you bi? Are you all of these things right off the bat? Ain't no dating somebody and then finding out he's into guys. Like, that's some bullshit. That's some ain't no dating nobody and then finding out that he likes to wear dresses. That's some bullshit. No offense to any community, but it's like, that's still deceit. So this matchmaking company would be something that would eliminate all of those things, all of it. And I was hesitant because I was like, this is a really good idea. Like, this matchmaking idea was like really, really good idea. And I was like, I shouldn't share this with the world. But then I'm like, you know what? I have a health and wellness brand that I am working on right now. I have my music, which is like number 1. What is the likelihood that I'm actually going to flesh this out? How blessed will I be by allowing people to find love? Like, if I spark an idea that allows people to not feel alone anymore, to heal their hearts, to find honest and true love, without any deceit, knowing exactly the person, like everything about the person. What, you think I'm not gonna get blessed in turn for that? Because my brother's like, don't give away your idea. You need to monetize it. You're not. No. I'm like, but on a worldly level, yeah, I feel you, right? I just got off the phone with ASCAP and, a publisher. And don't get me wrong, I understand. Like, my things that I'm actually working on, highly protected. You won't hear me talk about them in detail on social media. Trust and believe that. But since I dreamt of this idea, have I put any work into it? No. This was years ago. So by me putting this out into the universe, somebody who actually will have the time to flesh this out, and this actually manifests and becomes something, and the result is people finding love, right? You think I'm not going to reap the blessings? You think it's not going to chip away at some of my bad karma? You think it's not going to get me closer to manifesting certain things that I need to happen in my life? So anyways, let me get back to what I was doing. I just wanted to kind of share with you guys. There's no reason to lie, right? There's no reason to be deceitful. Really, with deceit, it's like fear-based, right? You lie because you fear that you're going to lose something, or you lie because you hope you're going to gain something. But either way, it's kind of like a fear-based emotion, why people lie. And if you are fearless, you ain't got to be fearful of anything or anybody. Oh my God, if people know that I secretly, you're a guy, and you're like, oh, people know that I secretly am into guys. How shameful would that be? And I get it. Like certain things just straight up aren't people's business, but you're over here like dating women, wasting their time, and really you like men. You know? So it's fear-based, you know what I mean? And fear is a very low vibrational, like it's a very low vibe. It's very, very low. So I don't take people's advice about maintaining like an air of mystery or anything like that. I'm straight up real. What you see is what you get. Who I am is who I am. Unapologetically me. Either you like it, you love it, you hate it. I'll still be me. I'm not a deceitful person. I'm a very honest person, and that's what allows me to sleep great at night. Anyways, y'all, much love and peace.